Imagine this. Two people watch the same speech. They hear the same words. They see the same politician. Yet one person leaves inspired while the other leaves angry. Why? Because politics isn't just about policies, it's about psychology. The human brain is full of shortcuts. These shortcuts help us make decisions quickly, but they can also be used to influence us. Now, this isn't about one country. It's not about one political party. And it's definitely not about saying all politicians are bad. These techniques are used by politicians across the world, regardless of ideology. Today, we're going to explore 10 psychological techniques that can shape public opinion, win elections, and influence millions of people. By the end of this video, you'll start noticing these techniques everywhere. And once you see them, you can't unsee them. 1. The illusion of truth effect. Let's start with one of the most powerful tricks: repetition. Imagine someone tells you, crime is increasing. You hear it once, no big deal. But then you hear it on TV, then social media, then speeches, then debates. Eventually your brain starts thinking, well, everyone keeps saying it, so it must be true. Psychologists call this the illusion of truth effect. The more often we hear something, the more believable it feels, even if it's false. This works because familiarity feels comfortable, and our brains often mistake familiarity for truth. 2. Fear appeals. Fear is one of the strongest human emotions. When people are afraid, they seek protection. Politicians know this. Messages about danger spread faster than messages about hope. Whether it's crime, economic collapse, foreign threats, or social change, fear grabs attention. That's why headlines and speeches often focus on what could go wrong. Fear isn't always manipulation. Sometimes threats are real. But fear can make people stop thinking critically and start reacting emotionally. 3. Us vs them. Humans naturally form groups. It's part of our evolution. But politicians often strengthen these divisions. They create two sides. We are the good people, they are the problem. This creates a strong sense of identity. And once identity gets involved, facts become less important. People begin defending their group rather than evaluating evidence. That's why political arguments often become emotional instead of logical. 4. Bandwagon effect. Have you ever wanted to support a winner? Most people have. Psychologists call this the bandwagon effect. When people believe that everyone else supports something, they become more likely to support it too. That's why politicians often say, millions support us. The country wants change. Everyone agrees. Even if those statements are exaggerated, they create social pressure. Nobody likes feeling left behind. 5. Authority bias. Imagine a famous scientist supports a policy, or a respected military leader, or a celebrity. Suddenly people pay more attention. Why? Authority bias. We tend to trust people who appear powerful, knowledgeable, or successful. This shortcut usually helps us, but sometimes it causes us to accept claims without enough evidence. A person can be an expert in one field and completely wrong in another. 6. Emotional storytelling. Numbers are important, but stories are powerful. Suppose a politician says, 10,000 families are struggling. That's a statistic. Now imagine they tell the story of one struggling mother. Suddenly, it feels personal. Stories create emotional connections, and emotions are memorable. That's why political speeches often include real-life stories. Not because facts don't matter, but because stories move people. 7. Confirmation bias. Here's a surprising fact. Most people don't look for information. They look for confirmation. If we already believe something, we prefer evidence that supports it, and we ignore evidence that challenges it. Politicians and media organizations understand this, so they often deliver messages tailored to existing beliefs. This keeps supporters engaged, but it can also create echo chambers. 8. Simple messages win. Complex solutions are difficult to explain. Simple slogans are easy. The human brain loves simplicity. A short slogan can spread faster than a detailed explanation. This doesn't mean simple messages are wrong, but simplicity can sometimes hide complexity. Real-world problems rarely have easy answers, yet simple answers often sound more convincing. 9. The halo effect. Have you ever assumed someone was smart because they looked confident? That's the halo effect. When we like one quality about a person, we assume they have other positive qualities too. Confidence, charisma, appearance, humor. These traits can influence how people judge political leaders, even when those traits have nothing to do with leadership ability. 10. Social media amplification. Today, political influence doesn't stop at speeches. Social media has changed everything. Algorithms often show us content that keeps us engaged, and emotional content gets more engagement. Anger, fear, excitement, outrage. These emotions spread faster than calm discussion. As a result, extreme opinions often get more visibility, not necessarily because they're correct, but because they're attention-grabbing. How to protect yourself. So what can you do? First, slow down. Emotional reactions are normal, but important decisions deserve careful thinking. Second, check multiple sources. Don't rely on one politician, one news channel, or one social media account. Third, ask questions. What's the evidence? Who benefits? Is this fact or opinion? Fourth, be willing to change your mind. That's not weakness, that's intellectual strength. The smartest people aren't always right. They're willing to update their beliefs when new evidence appears. Conclusion. Politics influences almost every part of society, and psychology influences politics. The goal isn't to become cynical. The goal is to become aware. Because once you understand these techniques, you're less likely to be controlled by them. You'll think more critically, ask better questions, and make decisions based on evidence instead of emotion. And in a world full of influence, that might be your greatest advantage. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe for more videos on psychology, history, and the hidden science behind human behavior.